Hello everybody and welcome back to Imperator Rome, where we are currently doing two simultaneous sieges and two simultaneous wars, technically. So we are at war with Hipponia, and we are also at war with Brutia and Syracuse. And then we're also probably going to want to fight Sicily and Carthage and these guys over here and, you know, just general dudes. Oh, look. The general of the First Legion died. Well, that's unfortunate. So we need somebody else for this siege then. And the question is who? Well, who's scorned right now? The Postumii, the Tremulii, the Fabii. Marcia is scorned. We could have Quintus Marcia Philippus. That should be fine. So our legions are currently a little bit depleted. We are losing more men than we're gaining per month. But that's okay. So that's Carthaginian over there. As is that. It's a little awkward. We're going to need to fight Carthage relatively soon. They don't really have the fleets. Like, last time I checked, they had 20 triremes. Yeah, they have 20 triremes right now. So they have slightly more triremes than we do. They also currently have 61 total cohorts. If you compare that to us, we have 30 total cohorts, but that's a little bit untrue because we have our feudatories, and I don't know if does Carthage have feudatories? They have a lot of subjects actually. Yep. Okay. So yeah, we're definitely going to, like, Carthage is kind of the not really final boss, but kind of the mid-game boss, I think, for Rome here. So we're going to definitely have to work a little bit harder for that. But first, I want to consolidate all of this territory and probably consolidate in Etruria before we consider doing that. But before we do that, we need to win these wars. So come on, sieges. This is why we grabbed the siege tech last episode, by the way. Hey, we won that siege. Excellent. So we can now sue for peace here, and we can grab Calabria, as well as all their money. Okay, so do we need popularity? We actually do need popularity. We'll go ahead and do that. And then I think what we're going to do is we're going to swap our legions, so that our stronger legion is the one currently sieging. And then we'll just bring this legion back so that it can just kind of heal up a little bit. That said, this is the first legion, so yeah, all of the manpower is going into this legion. But as soon as we are in position here, we'll just back these guys off to Locri. Unless this falls here. Oh wow, it actually did. I am shocked. Okay, in that case, we will push ahead. Let's go. That was only a 7% chance. But now Roman and Roman-aligned troops are just pushing in super hard. So that's Carthaginian there. There's really not that much territory here. I mean, we've got Sicily up there that we're definitely going to want to fight before Carthage can, if at all possible. That would be ideal. The grass is greener. The cities of Asculum and Tuticum have been engaged in a war of words, each claiming to be more righteous, powerful, and zealous than the other. Normally, such petty bickering would be beneath our interest, but in this case, the two settlements have begun preparing for conflict. The downside to this may become apparent with time, however, the tide of young men belonging to these settlements who are willing to volunteer for war has increased greatly. Okay, so we get more freeman output. Seems good. Well, I mean, we're going to crush this army. There's no doubt about that. And I'm going to go ahead and bring these guys down to this fort. There we go. Excellent. So that's Syracuse, as is that. This up here is all Carthage. This is Carthaginian. So realistically, there's not that much left. We need to win this fort siege down here. We also have a new invention. So we could do fort defense, military tradition cost, another point of siege ability. Alternately, we could gain monthly loyalty, which is pretty useful. Or more tribesman output. Now, that seemed to imply that tribesman output would increase our manpower, didn't it? Where do we actually see that? So that's our commerce income right there. In the military tab, let's see, fort defense, enslavement efficiency, morale of navies. I actually haven't gone through this yet. Interesting. I didn't realize that existed, but apparently it does. So it did definitely imply that freeman output would increase our manpower volunteer rate, right? So I kind of feel like maybe we do go for this. Oh wait, that's tribesmen, not freemen. Okay, if that's tribesmen, then I think we probably go ahead and go for the siege ability. Okay. Well, let's proceed. This war should be over shortly. This is going to give us real actual borders with Carthage, which is definitely something we're going to need to think about. Carthage does not like us, and they're stronger than us right now. That said, they're going to have a hard time bringing their troops to bear on us. They've only got 20 triremes. So we'll have to think about that. We'll have a hard time bringing our troops to bear on them as well, though, without bulking up our triremes. I'm going to go ahead and send our first legion back to Capua. I don't think we have any reason to have multiple legions down here at this point. I think it's just done. Do we want to assault? Not without a breach, that's for sure. Okay, yeah, I mean, we're making pretty good progress on this siege. Already up to negative 14%. I'm okay with that. In the meantime, we do need to regen our manpower, so we're probably going to chill a bit after this war. I mean, our aggressive expansion isn't super high right now. Also, I don't think we need this fort. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that fort. Similarly, do we need a fort here? I think I'll keep it just because Etruria is here. So, who are these guys? They give tribute to Etruria. That's weird. Well, we won the Siege of Syracuse. So we should be at 100% as soon as this caps. Which will be right now. Okay, so let's sue for peace. Specifically from Syracuse, we'll take Sicily. Now 6 aggressive expansion. It's kind of a lot. Syracuse, the capital of Siculia. As the largest city in the province of Siculia, the Syracuse plays an essential role in controlling the area. By introducing their population to Roman culture and assimilating some of them with our own ways, we would turn them to our cause and make sure the province will stay loyal as we continue our expansion in the future. So we could lose 100 civic power. We currently only have 39. I don't know if it can go negative or not. Up to 20% there will become Roman, and that's actually good. Let's see if this can go negative. It can. Good to know. So it'll be a while before we get another tech, that's for sure. Conquest of Syracuse. The great city of Syracuse has finally fallen to our troops, and it is now in our hands. Syracuse has been the capital of the Syracusan despots for a long time, a center of learning and technology in Magna Graecia. The city saw a lot of struggles with their Carthaginian neighbors to the southwest, as well as several conflicts with the other Greek city-states in the region. With the city under our control, our men and advisors wonder how we should treat our old enemy. There have been people asking for us to sack the city to the ground and bring everything valuable back home to Roma. So we can be a merciful conqueror and gain 15 popularity, which would get us pretty close to the max. And Syracuse would lose unrest for 10 years. Alternately, we could take the most important artifacts, but keep the city otherwise unharmed. We'd gain 140 gold. We'd gain 5 prominence, which we're currently maxed on. And we would lose 5 popularity. And we'd kill a bunch of slaves, and unrest would go up, and local tax would go down. That doesn't seem like a good option. Or we could gain plus 15% research points for 10 years. Kill basically everyone there. This seems like a really bad option. I think we'll make them a new essential part of Rome. So, do we want popularity? Sure. I feel like popularity is fine. Okay. Now, as far as this goes, we'll take Calabria. And all their money. 3 aggressive expansion for that. Sounds good. After a protracted conquest, we've finally routed the Brudian armies and laid waste to their lands. During the sacking of their capital, many important prisoners were taken, many of them having previously held important positions in the Brutian clan council. They now languish in our dungeons, awaiting whatever fate we decide to impose them. So we're currently maxed on popularity, so I think we'll just go ahead and lose a little bit of aggressive expansion. There we go. So Syracuse has some starving pops, and we also need to promote a couple of citizens. What do we got going on in... Hang on, that's in Rome. What do we got going on in Syracuse here? Can we promote in some citizens? I don't know, but we should probably do cultural assimilation here. And... we can assimilate these pops to Roman here. That would take some oratory power. Alternately, we could boost up some already Roman freemen. And I think that's the way to do it. So that's 3 there. So we need additional freemen boosted to citizens. Let's look at maybe up over here. Where's someplace with a lot of freemen? Here's one. We'll promote in 2 of those. You are currently not on cultural assimilation, and these guys are Lucanian. We should maybe go ahead and do cultural assimilation here for a while. In fact, let's look at culture map mode. So we've got Roman here. We've got these guys are Sabellian. I mean, they're in the proper culture group. We're out of oratory power, though, so we should probably just tick forward. The fickle seas can bring ruin or prosperity to many locales, and the city of Rhegium appears to be reaping the rewards of a particularly good trading season this year. Let's hope this good fortune lasts. Plus 50% commerce income there. Nice. So I'm also going to go ahead and ditch our army and fleet maintenance for right now. Oh, hello. Turdetania calls for aid against Carthage. We've received an urgent envoy from the small state of Turdetania. Abaraban, that's an interesting name. I kind of like it, actually. Abaraban in Decidius is requesting our immediate assistance against Carthage, who he claims have treacherously invaded his country. Their envoy has spent many hours in supplication before the Senate and passionately argued that if we let the cities of Turdetania fall, it will only be a matter of time before Carthage tries to invade and destroy Rome. Given our conflicting interests with Carthage in the Mediterranean and their continued policy of expansion, this could be an opportunity to escalate the situation in our favor. How should we respond? So, we can either respond with, we're not ready for war yet, and we lose 100 military power and gain 10,000 manpower. Military expansion until, well, for 1 year, reducing our costs. Military faction promoted, and we gain claims on Carthage. Or we lose popularity and our economy gets a little bit better. I like the manpower. We're not ready for war yet. We'll get there. We will get there. I'm going to leave the fort in Syracuse, as well as the fort up here, just to slow down any Carthaginians on Sicily. But I think I'm going to ditch this fort and this fort. About like that. And we'll ditch the fort in Capua as well. We'll keep the one in Roma. Okay. Well, I think it's time to put a cut in here. We did make some good progress there, though, and we need to start working on incorporating some of our feudatories and expanding into Etruria, consolidating these last bits of non-Carthaginian Sicily. Those are both things we're going to be working on in the next episode. Subscribe for more, and I will see you all next time.